Hello and welcome to DCP SideQuest.
I got news.
Episode number 165. It's a Monday and getting things going. Hope
I don't know.
everything-
Matt was like, so much news. And I'm like, I've heard literally not a single thing for like a month. What's happening?
Also,
So now I'm trying to
happy
find out what the news.
Happy Martin Luther King Day. It is a holiday. You know? Don't go to the bank. It's closed.
Literally,
Not an
just
issue.
stay home.
Check the pharmacy. They might not be open, or the hours might be wrong, and you'll end up like me, sitting in the parking lot for like 30 minutes waiting for them to open.
Yeah.
My wife has been having such a hard time at the pharmacy. Like, they are constantly out of scripts. So she has to like pharmacy bounce. Like, she has to call
Pharma bounce?
pharmacies around and just like bounce around until she can get what she needs. And then she gets like half scripts, but they won't. If she gets half of it, they won't fulfill the rest of it when they get it in stock. So she has to like talk to her doctor to like read. Oh, it's a pain in the neck.
Damn.
It's been a real pain for people who have need pills.
You're gonna need to like survive. Yeah,
Yeah, gotta get them narcotics.
staying alive. Rough.
Ain't easy. Did you guys see that report from that scientist that they've de-aged mice?
I did not.
I have seen that. I have.
And that's interesting.
What's the details?
That is
They found a
interesting.
gene or something to reverse it?
I tried to read that article. I was like, ADD, what's going on with video games?
Basically,
yeah.
mouse got old. They made mouse get young. How's it work?
Yeah.
Wait, did they accelerate the mouse's
Science.
age? Did they accelerate the mouse's
Yes, they
age
can
and then
do
reverse
both
it?
things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can make it age faster. They can make it
I'm
de-age,
predicting.
like, younger.
I'm predicting in the future, rebellious youth are going to take age-advancing pills to try to get older.
wouldn't
What
you
quicker.
if
have? I would've.
rebellious youth go back in age so they can't be prosecuted as an adult?
The laws will have to be
Yeah.
rewritten.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I
mhm.
like this.
What about if you're
Actually, well, no, hold on. I think
I-
the
never
I
mind, I
think
won't-
I
I
think
won't
the
say
age would still age is but a number. So therefore they're going to go off the
Well, is
number
it?
and not the pill.
Did you hear about all of the is it diabetes medication? I can't remember the type exactly, but people are connecting it to weight loss, so now it's getting sold out.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah,
huge
geez.
huge in
Our
Hollywood,
doctor
yeah.
offered that to my wife. And you know how much it was?
Oh,
$1,000
Like
pill.
$1,000 a
300?
dose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I know this
Yeah.
because my sister was telling me about it because my dad needs different diabetes medication, and this is one of the drugs that he's trying to get on because he needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like diabetes. The diabetes medication.
He's way in there. Like, yeah.
He's up in there. He's up in there. Diabetes.
He's a heavy hitter.
He's gonna go full cocoon. Look at all Wilford Brimley up in here.
Yeah, so this is why I'm familiar with
not
this
the
expensive pill.
Beatus.
So, as it turns out, the age reversing technology is what actually spawns forth the virus that causes fungus that takes over humanity in the Last of Us.
Oh, there's
Interesting.
there's gonna be something. There's gonna be something that does that to us soon, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Don't even
that's
know.
what it is.
Well, I
Trying
mean-
to reverse age.
I don't believe that is a likely scenario. Based on how well we handled the previous pandemic, I can honestly say
That was a test
that
run,
we are
Brian.
safe.
It was a test run.
We
Now
are.
we-
Clearly,
We did not.
We got all the
as
kinks
safe
out.
as could be from a
Amazing.
zombie causing pandemic.
Yeah.
don't
Also,
know
it's an
if-
endemic now.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's
Oh, is
ongoing.
it? We have a new name for it. It's an endemic.
But
It's not
didn't
over
they
yet.
start calling it an endemic like 2 years
Is
into it? Because they're like, well, it's
It's over, y'all.
This is just
Yeah.
life now.
Yeah,
This
it's
isn't
like,
going away.
get used to it.
to getting COVID once every 2 years.
Meanwhile, China's like completely locked down.
Yeah.
They have
They hit-
outbreaks constantly right now, and
Mhm.
traveling is really bad. But it's over.
Woo,
We did it.
We're
America.
good. We beat
Let's
the.
go.
What's the game? What's the
Kind of
virus game?
Game of
misunderstood
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. We beat Game of
We won-
Thrones.
we beat
Star
Game
of
of
the flu.
Risk
That's how it
Game
works.
of Thrones American Edition.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
Um.
Speaking of Last of Us,
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil
so-
it because I feel like not many people have seen it.
But
Actually,
can't.
I mean, isn't it?
Spoil it.
Everybody's played the game though.
Well, see, this
Yeah.
is the thing is that I've seen people talking about this online. Is like, is it okay to spoil like a 10-year-old game that's a show now that maybe
okay.
people haven't seen?
You remember
Also-
when Game of Thrones happened and they showed the Red Wedding on TV, and everybody who was watching the TV series but hadn't read the books was like, I am so appreciative of all the book readers who didn't spoil this moment for me because it was so shocking. It was so out of left field for anybody who's watching. That will never fucking happen in the world of video games because everybody in video games is like, I'm going to spoil that shit right now for you.
everyone's
I can
like
tell
that
you exactly
moment.
what's going to happen.
Yeah. So
That one
something
moment.
that I didn't know was it's the same writers as the game and the same
great.
same composer as well. So you get a lot of feels listening to this
Neil
game.
Druckmann actually got a lot of writing, not or credits for it. So if you actually watch the intro, you'll see his name all over like the assistant and the side and the editor and everything like that.
Yeah.
He's on so much of it, which is pretty rare and
Yeah.
wild.
And
So not only can you go see his office, no, now you can watch the show. If you haven't seen, he did like a deep dive on his like home office, and it's insane.
awesome. I haven't seen that. I need to check that out.
You gotta wait. It's
That's
wild.
cool. Yeah. So this first episode, yeah, I mean, spoiler wise, it's like it's the game. So if you've played the game, you know what's going to happen. But the first episode is an hour and 20 minutes. It's like a mini movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah. But it's good though
but I
because
I do like
they
it
got
when they do that.
well, you
Goes
know,
by
if,
so fast though.
yeah, it goes by quick. But also, if you remember in the game, you know, they do like the 20 years before setup for Joel prior to everything going down, and they do that in the show. And so, you know,
How much of the first episode is that?
I would
That's like
say
20
the
minutes.
first, yeah, like if you have played the game, it's different if I have suggestions for both. So if you've played the game or if you haven't. But so if you've played the game, it's about like the first 2-ish, 3 hours of the game.
yeah,
It's pretty
in an
long.
hour. Yeah. Yeah.
the game, yeah,
It really
game
felt
is-
like a Deborah Chow episode of like The Mandalorian, where there's no dialogue. There's really no talking. It's very descriptive and like the firefly symbols everywhere, and like you see some key characters, but you don't really know who they are. And they really set it up, and there's not a lot of dialogue, which is strange because The Last of Us is just riddled with dialogue. There's just so much words happening in the game. And so it was really interesting. And I wonder for people who maybe haven't
They should have
played
put that on the
game.
back of the box. There's so much words happening in this
There's
game.
so many words
It's
in
a
this game.
Sony
Math.
game. It's literally only talking. Come on now. That's what the game's like.
So it really felt like an action show with no dialogue, but they did a really good job with certain things. Like I was just like on the edge of my seat. But then if you're watching this, you have no idea what's happening. It's kind of like a generic-ish virus show where you're not sure what's happening. There's these people that have this bird print paint on the wall, and then there's this little girl chained up, and then this other situation, and there's a lot of bad things happening, and you have no idea. You don't know why you care about Tommy. You don't know why this guy. You just know Joel is a hard ass guy who served in the military and
He used
will
to be
do
the
anything.
Mandalorian. Now he is saving humanity.
So I don't know. I would love to. I can't wait for you guys to watch the first episode and then the second one, because I think there's a lot to chat about with it, because they did such a good job in the before everything happened with like the sirens, and the way they shot it looked just like in the game, especially in the car scene when you're with like Joel, Tommy, and Sarah's in the back, and you're just like in the back seat. It was incredible.
Yeah, if you were thinking like, hey, what if I got to experience The Last of Us, but like in a real cinematic style that's going to be true to the story, then that's exactly what you get.
Honestly, the worst part
and
about The Last of Us might be the gameplay. So,
I mean, you're not wrong. It's true.
So everything Mav said, I agree. There's really well done, but also there, you know, for people who haven't played the game, there's kind of a genericness that's on the backdrop, and you don't really know. I think they did a great job with the world building post like they go 20 years into the future.
If you really like this game and the way that the show is shot and everything, you will really, really like Station 11. It's based off a book. It's very similar to this style. Yeah, Station 11. It's incredible. The writing is fantastic, and the show is similarly shot.
Cool.
So if you like it, you'll like that for sure. But
Pedro is amazing.
Oh my God. He looks jacked. They made it like he either worked out his brains out or like they made him look bigger because Joel's huge, right? He's like a big dude.
He's like a lumberjack, you know?
Yeah, he's like a giant like special forces dude. And him and Tommy. I thought the way they set up the intro to all the characters, because you get to meet Tommy early on, so cool. It was so awesome.
Yeah, I'm like excited to watch the series, and also like nervous because I know what happens, and I definitely don't want to relive some of those things. Especially part two. Part two like was a huge downer for me in the gameplay because like
imagine that
all those emotions. I know. At least in a show, you can kind of remove yourself and be like, you're not controlling the character doing the thing, you know? But like knowing what's coming makes me both excited and super like, oh God.
I wonder why they chose to do it like scene by scene. Like, is it just they wanted to make a show about it or what? Because I thought it would have been really cool to kind of get a different perspective than just the gameplay, since it's
I wonder if that'll continue for the entire series or if that was just to kind of open you up into the...
That's what I think.
Get the hardcore fans on board.
Yeah. I hope so, because this first episode went really fast. Like, you're going to think it's really short because there's just so much happening. And that's just how the beginning felt. Like, even when you're doing that first mission and you're playing as Sarah in the house and you're like wondering what's happening, and you go to like your neighbor's house and there's like zombies in the backyard. That doesn't happen, but like
I kind of want to play the game again.
Something similar happens that doesn't happen in the game actually. So
yeah, it's fascinating. I'm definitely looking forward to the ride.
For a game-based show, as a gamer, it was amazing. It was incredible. There have been worse adaptations, I think. Made.
You don't say.
But as someone who like maybe was trying to get
it's
friends
no
involved.
Blood Rain.
Oh God.
World of Warcraft movie?
Oh no.
It's a World of Warcraft movie.
I literally had to turn that off.
I just recently watched that and I was like, damn, this is terrible.
It's so bad. Like, what happened? But I thought it did really good job.
It's
very
When did World
Evil.
of Warcraft come out? That wasn't that long ago, right? It feels like it was 20 years ago.
It was a while ago.
It was like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
it's newer
16,
than
actually.
the Switch.
Yeah. Or maybe around the same time.
2016.
Oh, okay. Just barely.
That's what I'm hoping. Tasty in chat says, I think Neil added some things that they cut from the game. That's what I think.
Nice.
Oh,
I think
interesting.
because he gets to ride it, he's going to kind of put in a few things, because there was a really cool moment in the first episode with the radio that I was like, oh, I remember looking around for stuff, but I didn't get to experience that. And I don't know, there's just so many different things that I hope that they elaborate on and add like that little extra pieces that, you know.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Like that.
I think like what's great about that though is that the original writer can add some stuff, but also you're not worried that they're going to take it in a path and be like, oh, well, actually we didn't, the Halo stuff. We didn't actually watch or play any of the games, so we're just going to take it in our own direction, whatever. Be like, oh, what are you
We got a
doing?
green guy in a suit. What more do you want?
Yeah.
We're going to show his butt cheeks, all right? In the bathroom, it's fine.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in good hands.
With assless chaps. I'm in.
Pedro Pascal, butt cheeks. Sign me up. I've seen his face now. Now I want to see the butt cheeks.
I want to see those cheeks, Pedro.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to more.
Yeah.
It's also going to be
awesome.
9 episodes, I believe, this season.
I'm excited for a show that everyone's watching. I don't know.
If it's it's HBO. If it's popular, of course they're going to milk another season. And depending on how far they go, I don't know if they're going to go through this first whole game in season 1. It might be like
Oh, okay.
the first half
that makes
with some
sense.
additional
That is
stuff.
a lot.
There's so much. So the first place they filmed it, actually, it's just a small nerdy fact. The first house, they filmed it in Canada. I can't remember exactly where, but it's in a small town in Canada. And I was asking Mr. Matt, I was like, is it because it looks like a throwback? Is it like 90s era America? This
What
is
are
a
you
small
saying
town.
about Canada right now?
Just small town. But yeah,
laying down
it
a
was cool.
massive burn on Canada.
Well, they're going to be going to so many different states. So
Yeah.
maybe that's where they found like older buildings that aren't destroyed like ours or like completely modernized.
Yeah, that would make sense. Also, Vancouver's huge for shooting, movie stuff and all that, TV production.
Yeah. So yeah. Shows.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of shows, it's been dramatic on the internet this last week with like the whole High on Life and then Forspoken drama. With
I don't know about any of this.
I don't know about any of this drama.
So High on Life, what's his name? We will not speak of his name, I guess. He has like federal charges against him for battery and all sorts of weird like things. So
Not very
the Rick
high
and
on
Morty
life.
guy.
Shocked. Yeah, the
Rick and Morty guy. Wow.
Yeah, he sexually harassed and battered and held people at gunpoint and like
Seen
all
that
this
coming.
shit. No way. A single voice to a whole show. He's crazy.
Clinically.
The game is also a little bit wild, but if you like something a little spunky and weird and a little bit off-putting, there you are.
So
And then-
I played like the first few hours of the game and I thought, this is different and kind of crazy and funny and all that. But now knowing that the guy is actually crazy, it makes
sense.
Actually makes
A
me
lot of it makes
nervous.
less fun.
Yeah.
Makes it less fun because it's like he's like, I killed the kid. No, you killed the kid. Why'd you kill the kid? I'm like,
And you're like,
this is kind of funny, but this is kind of
Yeah.
weird.
You did kill the kid.
Ruined it.
Yeah, now
Ruined.
knowing that the guy's crazy, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't kill the kid, by the way. I kept him alive.
I definitely killed the kid. Chat told me to kill the kid. The devs told me to kill the
I
kid.
thought I had
He
to.
did a
killed
little
the kid.
song.
I thought I
He
had
did
to
a
shoot
cute
the kid.
song, and I liked it about meat or something. It was nice.
Oh, it just makes me sad because there's so many developers that work on games for so long, and it's really hard to make something good. And then to have like such a face on it, ruin it for so many people, and like it just stinks. Especially with like Forspoken, like they had a woman of color being written by someone who wasn't, so they didn't have like behind the scenes representation to help facilitate the proper dialogue. So it's just like riddled with racism, allegedly.
I haven't
Forspoken
heard
is?
any of that. Yeah, what's the Forspoken drama? The race that,
There's-
that it's
haven't heard
riddled
this
with.
at all.
There's just a lot of like dialogue and actors and like things that they didn't double check, and they just made her like a token character, and everyone's very upset about it. And so I've just been kind of
Everyone
watching
or
that.
like 5 very vocal people on Twitter.
It seems like a lot of lists that of people that are not going to be playing it. One, because
Well,
of
because
the-
it sucks.
it stinks. So wow, I can't believe it. They really can kick the cow here.
This is the game. So this is the Amazon Studios game, right?
No.
No.
No, is that not? Oh, okay. I'm thinking of the
no.
wrong game then. My bad.
Um,
This is the
Forspoken.
one with the,
It's
the
made by
girl with the
Square
magic
Enix.
bracelet that
Yeah.
talks too much.
Yeah.
See, I
Okay.
played the demo and I had none of the dialogue turned on, so like I didn't
Oh, you
hear
just
any
Wow.
of it.
off?
So you,
well,
so
you made a
enjoyed it.
wise decision.
No, well, the combat is also not great. Although
Not
it's really
great.
hard to tell from the demo because the demo puts you in an area where you have like everything unlocked. So I don't know how far into the game like this is, but it's pretty far. So you have all like these 2 different types of magic. You've got all the different magic, and it's like figured out. And the tutorial
Yeah.
doesn't tell you much. They don't even tell you about that you have a grapple hook to like traverse the area, which is strange. So in order to get the most out of that demo, I think you need to do a lot of like research about the abilities and the traversal
Or
and
just
like
play
read
something
about
else.
it.
Just literally,
this is
there's
the thing.
so many other games.
Well, this is the thing is that when I
It's
played
February.
it,
It's gonna be
I was
February.
like, when I played it, I was like, the game could actually be, maybe the game would actually be pretty fun if you start from the beginning and like you work up to having all of these abilities and you've been running around the map and you're unlocking traversal, but it's so hard to judge if it's gonna be good. I don't know if
Apparently
because
not,
I had
right?
a similar experience with Tales of Arise where the demo was like, here is everything. Good luck. And then when you started from the beginning, it was like, oh, this is actually awesome.
It's
That was-
awesome, but the demos don't do it justice, and it makes me sad with
Yeah, the
demos
demos-
because
the demos are
you
bad.
guys know, like demos are builds, like they're not it's not the game.
That was my Monster
So-
Hunter
I don't know.
World
I can
experience.
think of a demo that I played last year for a game called Nine Souls that sold me the fuck out of that game.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. But when I played Monster Hunter World, demo,
Yeah,
I was new to the Monster Hunter experience, so I was like, "This is kind of confusing, man. Like all these, what in the hell?"
I love
but
that demo.
But going through the beginning and getting like the tutorial stuff and learning the mechanics of the game, that was just a completely different experience. I was like, "Yeah,
It is, yeah. It's way different.
So, anyways,
It's hard
tangent.
if your game has pretty deep combat and you're trying to
Yeah.
show people in a demo that deep combat with them having nothing to start with.
That's exactly what it is.
It's rough.
When there's a high degree of complexity for the gameplay, then it's very difficult to give you like a 2-hour experience and be like, know what to do. It's like, I don't.
Yeah, it's like I have no idea.
So Forspoken's bad. All right then.
Is that out yet?
No, it comes
Says
out at
the
the end of
24th.
this month.
Okay.
24th
it'll be
of
interesting
January.
to see. We should be getting like reviews and stuff soon on
Yeah.
it, but so far,
Did you guys hear about Ubisoft this week?
oh no, what?
I did hear
Oh
about
my
that.
God.
I did
Oh,
hear about
no.
that.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
screw Ubisoft.
So they released their financial report for the year, and it was way below expected sales. So like
Too much
stock
Bitcoin?
took a dump, and you know they had some good games that just didn't sell well. Well, they had the new Mario vs. Rabbids or whatever it's called, Mario Plus Rabbids, which was well reviewed, but just didn't sell for some whatever reason.
Listen, the first
I can't do the
time-
rabbits, man. I
No?
can't do it. They're so weird. I can't do it.
They are
But
weird.
the rest of their stuff was just
No.
kind of like standard kind of Ubisoft stuff, which just feels ancient now when you compare it to like Elden Ring and to Zelda. Like going around on a map and like just like filling out like all the points on a map just feels like
Tower
archaic
adventure.
now. You know,
Yeah.
there
Unlock
was
that
there was no Assassin's Creed that's been delayed till probably this year. So they just had a bad year, and then
Well, Far Cry.
they
the
came
new
out and
Far
they
Cry
said-
didn't do well either.
Oh.
Right.
So
then they came out and put a company-wide memo out that's to all the developers saying, "Well, this is on you guys. We really need you guys to step it up this year."
Yes,
Okay,
this was the
I do
bad
remember
part.
this. Yeah.
This was the bad part. Is like, I'm gonna need you guys to do more work and work better. Like, our money is looking bad. What are you doing?
well,
God, that's so
also
disconnected.
don't forget,
This guy's an asshole.
there is so much sexual harassment and misconduct in Ubisoft and the franchise and the studios that it's a little bit scary to work there right now. So
And the
they're
lead bro
not-
is like, do better.
yeah. And so I can't imagine that, I have no idea. I don't really know many people who work at Ubisoft other than like the Just Dance team, and they're so very far removed, but it's not in the US. It's very much in like France and Montreal and places outside of the States. And so I hope that they can figure it out. I like Ubisoft games, so we want
some,
devs to be taken care of so that way they can make fun stuff. So
That's the
I
main
don't
thing,
know.
right? Like we want talented,
Yeah.
creative people to do what they do really good and to flourish in it and not have,
And be safe.
and be
And,
safe.
make fun
Exactly.
stuff. But the recession is hitting. Like it is really happening. So
Mhm.
I don't know. It's going to happen everywhere. I mean, that was a
Well,
lot of conversation with Xbox too. Was
Yeah.
just like going to make games more accessible, and that's how
We gotta
why
make
they kind of
games.
did
Let's start
Game
with
Pass.
making games. Xbox. How about that? Let's start.
What are you talking about, man?
Well,
They're
did
buying
you hear there's a
studios.
direct coming, or
Just buy the games. That's what they do. They're like, here's $1 billion. Here's $1 billion.
Oh man. So There's some stuff coming up for Xbox with Bethesda. They've got this direct coming up. This
Did it say how
dev
long it's
direct.
going to be? Do we know how long?
It's gonna be. Did they say how long it's gonna be?
I don't know.
I can't imagine it's gonna be more than an hour. I don't think it's gonna be. It
Okay.
should be like an hour.
I hope it's an hour
Sounds about
because if it's less than that, I'm going to be like, oh, it's just a couple
What do you
things.
think?
And that's
What do you want to see from Bethesda?
Well, they're going to be talking about Elder Scrolls Online, which is interesting because their main head of the studio, Matt Prior, is talking all endgame stuff. So they're kind of done with story content. They're like, we're doing more raids, we're doing more dungeons, more action in the game. So hopefully that will help with like more MMO fans to play it, because it's still one of the best combat games in an MMO I've ever played. So hopefully this will help it out.
Is it time for a new Doom game yet?
I wish. Give us Doom.
Well, that last one was Doom Eternal.
Forza's coming. Forza information. Minecraft
Fire likes
Legends.
that.
Minecraft Legends is really fun, but they're doing PvP aspect to it. So, and then Redfall, which is their brand new game, which is their first person shooter.
I'm interested in Redfall.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
Redfall should be
see more
fun.
about that.
It's like a vampire, mystical, magical type of multiplayer shooter. So
Okay, that sounds cool.
It's like Last of Us.
it looks great.
But vampires.
Is the red that's falling blood from the vampire?
Let's hope so.
Let's hope.
I think it's fungus.
Slay. Have you guys ever played Quantum Break?
Yeah, unfortunately.
No.
The main actor in it, Sean Ashmore, it's his real name. He tweeted like, "Bring us Quantum Break 2." And everyone's been rallying all weekend to get that to happen. And
I would check out. There were some good ideas in Quantum Break, like the story and the way that it kind of like felt like a TV show at certain points was kind of neat, but it was just the gameplay was kind of just boring.
Sure, like the live
hard to
action
keep
parts
going.
of it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there was some cool stuff. I mean, there was a thread there. I like that actor too. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's cool.
How would you guys feel if they brought out a new Fallout?
I'd be cool with that.
Be still.
I don't
Fallout
think
Infinite.
that's likely to happen.
I would love a new
Fallout 77.
Fallout 69. It gets crazy.
Sold. Write a check right now.
I love Fallout so much. Like, I just feel like maybe I'm due to play through Fallout. I haven't played New Vegas. I've always just replayed Fallout 3 so many times.
New Vegas, I think, is probably my favorite.
Yeah,
Fallout.
that is on my list of like, I really want to make sure I have time to play it, like really play it. But yeah, I love Fallout so much.
It
With a little
feels
bit
like
of research too, you can get some download mods for that game that make it look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like maybe
Pretty
it's
old
time
now.
for a remaster on a beloved title.
That one might be tough because it wasn't developed by. It was developed by like a second team. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
So there might be like weird licensing. or
And
something
Fallout
like
4, it hasn't been
Ah.
that long since Fallout 4. And Fallout 76 has been like their current, like there's current
Yeah.
patches and everything for that.
Fallout 76 is their online persisting Fallout experience that
Their
probably-
multiplayer Fallout
yeah.
experience.
that. It kind
Which is
of
really
seems
fun,
like all
but-
hands on deck for what is it? Starfield.
Field.
Thank you.
Rumored to be delayed. Rumored.
Oh,
Rumored.
Huge
not real.
shocker. Can't believe it. So surprised.
I will definitely play Starfield. I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah,
I will
would check
be
it out.
100%.
I'll be not surprised if I'm disappointed by half the mechanics or something in the game. Be like, well, it just is what it is. But I'm very much so
UI
excited to play it.
the UI from the most recent like playthrough and deep dive or whatever, it looks like a Fallout game. Just like
Yeah.
the way
Fallout
that
Space.
the bats work.
does,
Yeah.
When they said that it's based off Fallout tech, like 5 years ago, I was like, ooh,
Yeah, that's a big oof.
because it felt pretty old when Fallout 4 came out,
However,
right?
Destiny has convinced me that doesn't have to be a problem, because Destiny has continued to be on, like, they keep adding on to the engine and making it better. So I'm like, hey, they could in one part of a multiverse. Fallout
What
engine
if-
could become good.
What if they made a all new? This is speculation. Okay, this is not real, based off of anything. What if they've been working on a new Fallout, and that's the tech they're using for Starfield?
Mm.
Maybe.
Not that I
see
think
that.
that's happening.
Bethesda using a new engine.
For how long it's taken, I think they only work on one game at a time. I'm convinced. Like, because the
Yeah, it
Skyrim,
takes a
the
while.
Elder Scrolls game is like it's like Elder Scrolls Skyrim something random.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Skyrim or Elder Scrolls Fallout something random.
I don't know. Like they're a little hit or miss for me, but when they hit pretty hard. So
Yeah.
I'm always
They're
interested in
extremely
what they're doing.
memorable experiences when they're good.
I
Yeah.
think it has a lot to say about the developers there because they don't leave.
Mm.
That is
Hopefully
one of
it's
the
a good
studios.
place to work then.
Well,
Must
that's
be.
one of the studios where they don't leave. Like all my friends that have been working there are still there.
Hmm.
And the devs that I've ever interviewed that work at Bethesda have been there for like 20 years. Like, oh, wow. I don't
That's
hear
good,
that
right?
much.
That's great.
It's usually
yeah.
like
Yeah, that's
Bungie or
good.
Bethesda. They just don't leave. They just
Yeah.
enjoy. working there.
Amazing.
Okay.
What a good work environment will actually do for you.
Yeah, wild.
Strange. Incomprehensible.
Work environment. Speaking of, what have you guys been playing?
Okay, I now want to go by. My new name is Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. I wish you would all just refer to me as no shortcuts.
Fire
either.
Moonrider?
Vengeful
Oh,
Guardian
Vengeful
Moonrider.
Guardian.
Guardian.
Moonrider.
This game is so fucking cool, man.
Oh, I
It
saw this
is-
game. Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
dripping with like 90s like ninja game coolness, man. It's made by the same people who made what was that game called, Blazing Chrome, a few years ago. So they just kind of get like how to make like a retro game, but it's it's still like kind of looks too good to be retro, but it still kind of has that retro flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, this game is sucking me in hardcore. It is really a cool game.
Did
It's
this
kind of like this
just come
action platformer. Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm playing it on the Steam Deck right now. It's this action
love a
platformer.
Steam
If you
Deck.
remember the Shinobi games for the Sega
Yeah.
Genesis, like it
Mhm.
feels very familiar to that. But there's more complexity to the level design, and there's definitely more complexity to your Moonrider's movement. Like he can do 2 different dive kicks. He's got like kind of a dash attack. He's got like multiple sword strikes. Like he just does a lot of stuff. But it doesn't feel like it's like confusing to your fingers like maybe Metroid Dread was. It just feels natural. It feels cool as hell, and it's just like a pretty straightforward. It's a little slower than something like a Ninja Gaiden, where you just like you play that game by just running ahead at all times. This
W.
game is a little more edge forward. Deal with what comes at you, and then edge forward a little bit more. But it's cool and it looks great.
Cool. 10%
does
off
look
on
good.
Steam. Yeah, this does look good. I might have to pick this up on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, it's
I love
perfect
the
for
Steam Deck so much.
It's a
Yeah.
great.
Oh, I just
system.
ordered a new back panel for my Steam Deck.
Ah,
The reason I ordered it wasn't because I needed
Fancy?
like my Steam Deck to look fancy, although it's gonna. Is it replaces the back buttons with like a slightly different design that's a little more raised up. So I
Okay.
think it'll be a little easier to hit those because I kind of like I can hit those buttons, like those rear buttons on the
have
Steam Deck, but they're just kind
bigger
of weird
hands
feeling.
and medium-sized male hands, or
I got extra large hands, but my glove size is literally extra large.
dang.
So I find it a little difficult to hit those. So I'm hoping that this will, and it also has like a little heat sink on it, so that's kind of neat.
That's
I'll
good.
try it out. It's like $20.
Is it going to extend the battery life, you think? Because of the heat sink?
Possibly. We'll see.
Yeah, a little
One
faster cooling.
extra minute.
Yeah, 1 extra minute.
Right.
Mm.
I mean, my Steam Deck. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm playing anything, I was playing the Ghostbusters video game on Sunday, and that
so fun.
blew through my battery.
Oh,
Blew
yeah.
through my battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah, it will
Ghostbusters video
do.
game is hot as hell. They
Yeah.
did a remaster. I didn't know they did a remaster. It feels like you're in the movie. It's so good.
It's
It
really
is
good.
amazing. If you like the
Really.
Ghostbusters movies from the 80s, you've got to play this game. It's so fun.
Nice.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, it was
It's
written
super
by
fun.
Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd, and they
Aw,
also act in it.
they're also in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
it's super
cool.
fun.
yeah, it's amazing, and it's dirt cheap.
Right,
The
right now is the
remaster has been out
time.
for a while. Yeah,
It's a time to play. Time to get games
Yeah.
right now. Everything's really on sale.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I was actually really close to buying that Final Fantasy pack that you've been playing through, Mav.
You can buy that on Steam.
Yeah, because I was like,
Yeah.
I do kind of want to play Final Fantasy 6 or 3, as I knew it
Right?
as a youngster.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I've been leveling. I've been playing Final Fantasy 1 and right now I'm just trying to level to get to the next area because I got my ship and I'm just getting wrecked by sea life creatures. And so it's not
Seafaring
forgiving if you
creatures
don't
destroying
level.
you.
So I'm in the
Stupid
leveling grind.
dolphins.
It's like weird
No more
morph
dolphin safe nets for
looking.
you, motherfuckers.
Right. But yeah, it's not as forgiving because there's no like quest log or anything. So they're like, hey, go to the west and pass the tree with the berries, and there's a little elf there, and you're like,
The translation for that
You gotta
is
write. Gotta
call
write
the
it
write it down.
1-900
down.
Nintendo helpline and just pay $3 a minute to find the next step for your quest.
I don't have a walkthrough guidebook. They don't make those anymore, okay? I don't have a Game Shark or something, okay?
You gotta find a copy of Nintendo Power from 1989
Oh my God.
or whatever that
80?
game
Go
came
through the
out.
I
archives.
think 80 something, yeah.
Don't worry, it'll only cost you $300 on eBay.
Can you actually go through
But don't
the
open it.
Nintendo
It's sealed.
powers?
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
not-
they're all the Nintendo. Oh no, actually, Nintendo took all the Nintendo Powers down. Somebody put them all on the Internet Archive.
and they bought 'em out.
Oh,
Nintendo said no, you got to take them down. But all the rest of the magazines like EGM and GamePro were up on the
Really?
Internet Archive.
That's
which is
cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
very cool.
Why would
Back
Nintendo
in the
not want them
day.
out there?
They do weird things like
Nintendo's
that.
Nintendo,
Just is
yeah.
strange. Yeah. Just strange.
They're the
yeah,
company that you love the most but hates you back.
pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not
So Mav, you're
wrong.
have you only been playing the first one in that
Yeah.
that set?
I've been trying to, so my goal is to finish it soon-ish, and it's like my
Along
Steam
with
Deck
Mass
game.
Effect 2 and
I know.
Dragon Age
Wow.
Inquisition?
So I
At least
wanna-
you picked a bunch of short games, you know?
You might as well throw like
Bro.
Assassin's Creed Origins and like, you know.
I wish I liked the new Assassin's Creed games. I do not. I
No?
can't. I don't know. There's something,
Odyssey
like,
was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
okay. I haven't
loved
played
Odyssey,
Odyssey.
yeah.
I played Valhalla, and I don't. I just.
no
I
good.
don't know about it. Like
It was
it's
so
not my
boring.
thing. Yeah.
But Odyssey was cool because you're like sailing around ancient Greece, and it's so much more interesting than walking around England or the forest.
With the wolves. Like
Yeah.
okay.
And even
Vikings.
the Egyptian one was fantastic too, because you're like climbing pyramids and you're exploring ancient tombs, and you're
Mhm.
like that was really fun too.
When it got into
Yeah.
magical
Yeah.
stuff, the Origins was like, whoa, this is crazy. Because they had like a
Yeah.
Final Fantasy tie-in in there that was really cool. But then I just Odyssey was just significantly better across the board because like the pacing and the islands and the way they had the Spartan kick. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was good.
My most favorite gaming moment ever was having all of the perfect elements stacked to a point where I could kick this one targeted whatever cultist
Mhm.
off a cliff, off the highest cliff in the game. And it worked out perfectly. I was like, I need to save this and reload it many times to come back to it because this
Have
is
a quick
too
save of
good.
this ready to
This is
go all the
too
time.
good of an experience.
Anytime you wake up feeling kind of blue, just walk on over to the Assassin's Creed. Spartan kick some motherfucker
Oh,
off
man.
a cliff.
Because like
I
you got used to the idea of Spartan kicking people. Like, oh wow, let's try to Spartan kick them this way, and it's like maybe we can kick them off this side of the building. Wow, that worked. Maybe we go higher, and then it just got to the point where I was like, there's this sheer cliff, and the cultist that was your main target, and like there's just a massive drop off into the ocean, and I was like, we have to do this.
That's how I
This
play Dark
has to
Souls.
happen. Yeah.
I try to just knock everything off of the cliffside.
Yeah, that's a legit good strategy.
I have
Oh,
to, or else
satisfying.
I'm just gonna be there all day.
Yeah, something about Valhalla though, it's just felt boring. Eric's loved it, but Eric's is just like he's got a man crush on every Viking.
He's a
Oh,
Viking.
he's in that game, basically. Like that is
basically.
if you.
Yeah, he could be like doing Viking taxes, and you'd be like, "This game's great. I'm a Viking."
Yeah. He loved that game though.
Oh yeah, I've been playing Mass Effect. So I've been playing a lot of games because I just sort of found my little niche direction for my YouTube channel, and it's way more into like Let's Plays and more like I played so much World of Warcraft, and so if you're new, I didn't get to play a lot of these games, and so I've been trying to like play them as I go. And God of War is already being posted. I've got Mass Effect 2. I am playing Final Fantasy Online, but I really have been sucked into Ni no Kuni right now on the mobile MMO side. It really has me there because there's like Kingdom Wars and someone just wanted to fight us over something. So we're going to war and like wild. I've never really played a Korean MMO before. And it really puts it into perspective how like different MMOs are in the States because they're like for babies. Like they are.
Yeah.
It is no joke.
Entry
Like I
level.
have been grinding. Like it has an auto grind feature, and I'm just like
How's that
one
work?
level every week. Like just keep going.
How does auto grind work?
Yeah, they have like an auto questing feature and an auto combat feature. So it's really customizable, but you can basically go and like kill mobs to grind and find like good
So
spots to
are
level.
you like not even touching your controller?
Yeah, it's just in another window.
Get the fuck out of here.
An MMO for Briar.
Right? Finally, I'll go for a nice kayak paddle while I'm grinding this MMO.
Yeah, gotta get that weekly level, man.
Yeah.
I really think there's something about the auto questing, which seems really nice, that I wish that we had in our games because like it just is so nice to be hands-free while the simple whatevers are happening, right? Like go and click on a character to get a quest. Like what if it just did that for you? Like cool. Yeah. It's been fun.
How are you
lot of
juggling
games.
all these story-based games?
Well,
do you
I
have
really
like a
wanted to
set of
play-
next next to you of last time you played?
do.
Be like, okay, this character, you know.
I have so
Yeah.
many notes.
Okay. Yeah.
I
guess you'd have to, right?
I have to because I don't want to like I have games for each occasion, right? I have like the Mass Effect 2 right now, which I'm hopping in whenever I feel like I need to hop in and finish
Need a
it. I really
space
want
fill,
to push
right?
through it this month. And then Dragon Age Origins has been like Wednesday afternoon. And then I've been playing Final Fantasy Online offline unless I'm on at night, which then I bring all of chat with me and they help me level and we go run like trials and stuff. And then then Final Fantasy is my handheld and that's usually where I'm just hanging out. And so
Awesome.
usually
Mav?
watching like the challenge or something and then I'm like leveling.
Okay. Yeah. Mav is like, I'll take the prime rib dinner and the Thanksgiving turkey dinner.
I'm like
and
Cheesecake
like
Factory.
the sushi boat, everything all at the same time.
I regret a little bit of picking too many things. And I think I had a conversation where I was just like, I think I have a little bit of ADHD. And Mr. Mav's like, no way.
Get out.
Get out. So I'm trying to finish these before I add anything else, but I'm really scared about February.
As we
Yeah.
all are. It's going to be a lot coming in.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
I can't wait to
honestly.
choose. I
Very
think
excited.
that's like the power. It's like how you take the power back. Like don't play everything at once, but
Right.
if you do, pick how you want to do it.
You could do it like
Yeah.
Mav. Start them all. Just
I will be starting them all.
be
I'll
like
be starting them all.
Monday's this game, Tuesday's that game, Wednesday's this game, Thursday, and
Whatever
then you just
sticks,
keep on.
playing.
Just
Yeah.
incremental
We'll be
movements. Yeah.
I
playing them
kind of
all.
do. I accidentally did that, Tubbed. I think I do have like a Monday through Friday. Like, no, it's Monday. It is Final Fantasy Day.
I mean, that keeps it interesting, right? Like you never know which game you're playing.
You just never know.
I can't do that because I get obsessed with the game and then I don't care about the other stuff. I just want to play this game.
Yeah, I tend to burrow in.
I just get like focused on it.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask Watts though, because you've been playing Stranger of Paradise.
I have.
How is that? Are you
Ooh.
I
enjoying
have
it?
not been so happy in a long time. I'm the happiest I've been in a long time.
Interesting.
That game's amazing.
Wait, what is it?
What about it is
Strangers of
amazing?
Paradise?
Yeah, what
Um,
makes
It's Final Fantasy Neo.
Oh,
So if you
it has
like
action.
really good feeling action games with making awesome builds, then you will probably like Strangers of Paradise. Like the combat is just really fun. And they did a great job of taking the Final Fantasy job system because you have so many jobs in Final Fantasy. Red mage, white mage, the monk, the pugilist, the thief, you got samurai, you have so many jobs, and they put all of that in the Strangers of Paradise, and you can have two
Aw.
jobs at the same time.
This kind of retelling of Final Fantasy 1, right?
It is. Yeah, it's kind of telling it from
Cool.
the story of the bad guy, basically.
Oh,
Like how
cool,
he
cool, cool.
became
Yeah.
the bad guy.
It's so beautiful.
I assume via lots of Limp Biscuit.
All bad guys love Limp Bizkit.
They love it.
It's honestly like anyone who says the story is bad, you're just wrong. Because Jack was he was talking to a bunch of people, serious conversation. He puts in his headphones, walks out
Yeah.
of the room, listen to Limp Bizkit, and then they
Yeah.
just continue the conversation outside, like a minute later. That's great storytelling. I loved that. But yeah,
I
it's
picked
super
this
fun.
up for like super cheap. It's like
It was
I
on
don't know if
sale
it didn't sell
recently,
well.
too.
Yeah, well, I bought a physical copy at GameStop.
As Briar would. He would never buy
Yeah,
digital.
as a reasonable human would. As someone
Yeah,
who's not been corrupted by the powers of the digital world.
The digital
It's
library.
really fun. And it has 3 DLCs, which is usually what Team Ninja do. They normally, like all of their games, normally come with 3 DLCs. The last DLC is coming out this month. And there's also like harder difficulties as you go up. And this is like the first Team Ninja game I've seen that has, well, of their recent games, that actually has a difficulty selector.
Is this
'Cause
only
I'm sure
on
they were like, sorry,
Is it only on PlayStation?
no, it's on everything.
Is it? Okay, I can play on the Steam Deck?
It's not on Steam. It's on Epic Game Store.
Got it.
Oh,
Is
'Cause it looks
on-
really good.
on my Switch?
No, it's not on the Switch.
You
wait,
know,
I
play it on the
I-
couch.
I don't consider Switch when I say it's on everything because games that look good probably won't be on there.
Switch is like a
I mean,
mobile
you're not
phone.
wrong though.
It's a mobile game. Yeah, yeah. If it's a mobile game, it might be on the Switch.
Yeah. I'm looking at the combat right now, and honestly, this does look really good. This is something I
It's
would
just
play.
really
Yeah, it
fun.
looks cool as hell.
Yeah.
It's Team Ninja does my favorite combat in the entire world,
Mhm.
and this is the same. It doesn't disappoint at all, and I'm excited to get into DLCs as well because it gets harder difficulty, and then if you've played Neo DLCs or any of their DLCs, it's like they really incentivize you to go back in and make new builds with the
Mhm.
new classes that they bring out or the new like perks they add on armor and stuff like that. And the build making is really deep too. So if you like making builds and you like really good action, you'd probably dig it.
Watts, after I finish being a vengeful guardian Moonrider,
Yeah.
should I play Crisis Core or Chaos?
Do you want so the combat is better in Strangers of Paradise. 100%
Okay.
without a doubt. Billion%. Not
But
even
I
the
feel like there's a
competition.
timer on Crisis Core, right? Like I have to play that before
Yeah.
the next.
Yeah. Also Crisis Core, you can like it's pretty short. You can
Yeah.
get that done pretty quickly.
How big is Stranger of Paradise?
I think you can do it in like 17 hours or something, but I think
Oh.
if you want to like fully enjoy it, it's like 40.
That's
I
not bad.
think Crisis Core is like 8. Let me check.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
It's something like that.
I remember you
Mm.
saying how short it was.
It's pretty short. It's 13 hours. Yeah, I think it's 13 hours. Crisis Core.
The Switch would die.
Mhm.
But yeah,
You
I
think
was
we're gonna get a new
playing
Switch
Crisis
soon?
Core.
No.
I was playing Crisis Core. And then I was
I don't
like, you
think
know,
so.
I'm just going to go play Strangers of Paradise because I know I'm going to enjoy it. Like, I'm going to be the happiest I've ever been. So that's what I did.
Mm.
Crisis Core is great, but this is the combat that I like. It's perfect.
Well,
Yeah, the
Video
combat looks
combat,
awesome.
right?
It's combat.
Yeah, it looks
there
fun.
you go.
Yeah.
It's the combat. It's really fun.
So the Wii U came out in 2012,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And
it
then
was
flopped.
the Switch.
Switch came out in 2016.
So yeah, I guess this has been the biggest gap. I mean, they came out with OLED, but that's just the display change. So
Yeah. I think it's time. Sales are down this year, or holiday of 2022. Sales were down like 25% over 2021. For the Switch, it's still selling like gangbusters, but it's on the downward slope. So I'm guessing that we're gonna hear about it. I bet I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new Switch in 2024, along with Metroid Prime 4.
Wouldn't that be strange if they came out with a Zelda before, or do you think they'll come out with a Zelda with it? They
I
always
think
do
Zelda's
a Zelda.
been so far delayed that it'd be hard to like postpone Zelda for the next Switch. If the next console is another Switch, I don't even know what the next console will be. Right.
It'll be the Switch XL, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'd like to see is like
it should be the
a
Super
more
Switch.
powerful Switch
A
thing,
Switch
like the
U.
same
Oh my
exact thing.
Oh, I would love
Just more
for like
power.
I would love something stronger for sure.
Yeah,
in
but
the
keep
Switch.
the
I love the
Joy-Con
Switch.
idea. Maybe add a D-pad. You fucking bastard. But yeah, backward compatibility. It'd be nice if like it ran to the older games faster as well, kind of like a PlayStation Pro would have done for some games.
By the way,
yeah,
it was
they kept
released
this-
in 2017. I just wanted to double check that.
2017. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think the chip, the actual ARM chip, was released in 2012.
Yeah, it was old
Wow.
when they put it in there, but it's really power efficient and it's really cheap, which people are thinking that's going to be the same thing they do with the next one, is keep it.
But
it'll
still,
be
if this
somewhat outdated hardware for now, but it'll be significantly more powerful than the Switch.
yeah, I mean,
I mean,
if
even if
they
it
put
was
a,
like current gen, that would be very nice.
well, if they put an ARM
You mean
chip in
like
there
PlayStation
that
5?
came out, they put an ARM chip that came out in like
No.
2018 or 2019, that'd be significantly better than the
Yeah.
2012 ARM chip.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
But I mean, I'm having the OLED Switch. I'm pretty happy with like 1280 by 720. It'd be nice if it output 4K when I hooked it up to a TV. But I mean, I don't really use my Switch for like the highest graphical stuff. I got the PS5 and the PC and the Xbox Series X for that. What I play the Switch for is like that handheld experience, awesome battery life, which I'm not getting from the Steam Deck.
And Mario Kart.
Like Mario
Mario
Kart,
Kart.
like Nintendo's first
And
party
Mario
stuff,
Kart.
but also
and Mario Party.
there's so many of these
That's it.
games like Vengeful Guardian, Moon Rider,
Pikmin.
that get put on there, and they're just like these old school 2D games. They're perfect for the Switch. You know, they look fine on a 1080p. Like I don't need like a more powerful hardware necessarily for these games. Most of what I play on the Switch ends up being 2D. I use the D-pad more than the analog sticks.
but that's also a symptom of the hardware. Like if a new game comes out, chances are the Switch version is going to be seriously hampered, or they're not going to put on the Switch because they can't. You know.
But even if it's more powerful, like it's never going to be as more powerful as a PS5 or a PC. So if the new Elden Ring comes out, even if the Switch can run it, there's no way I'm going to go there for it. I'm going to go for the PC or the PS5 or the Xbox Series X. I'm
Yeah.
going to want like the
I hear you.
Current tech. Nintendo will always be behind in tech because they're
Yeah,
not.
I'm
They're not
okay with
technically
that,
a tech
too.
company. They're more like a
Yeah.
video game toy company. So
Yeah, more like a toy company that hates you.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I would
don't
love it. I would
don't you
love
dare
it to
post
be a
anything
little
about
beefier. But just kidding. If anyone, if the Nintendo gods are listening, oh god.
Big Pikachu is going to come down and gobble you and zap you.
Have you guys been playing the new Pokemon at all?
No, I'm an
No.
adult.
Excuse me. So I'm not like a massive, like I played so much Pokemon when I was a kid, but I think the Eevee one I really got into, and then Acreus was really fun to get into. But this one actually has been super fun, even though it's very laggy, which is why I would love a stronger Switch, please, Nintendo gods.
There you go.
I literally I would play my Ni no Kuni on one screen, and then on the other screen, Snacks and I were hunting Pokemon, and I was like, I've evolved, like it's happening.
It's insane to me that Nintendo doesn't just send over engineers Dude, is it called Pokemon Company or is it called Game Freak? Who makes those games? Like, just send over engineers. They clearly don't know how to make a fucking 3D game. Just help them out. They're making Pokemon. Like, this is the biggest thing on Nintendo. Like,
so big.
It's so big.
My
Send them some fucking engineers.
My daughter was literally watching the championships, right, on Pokemon. And they kept disconnecting because of how bad the servers and everything were. And I was just like, how is this happening?
Jeez.
But I don't know. Like if you were really into Pokemon, maybe you can agree with this, but she did not stop playing it until she was level 100. She has like all the shinies. She has everything for it. She's like ready for the DLC. And I'm just like in the starting zone. Like I found a Wooper and now it's brown. So it's a Pooper. And like, that's where I'm at in the game. Okay.
You got distracted by Mass Effect 2. That's what happened.
I just, I gotta have flavors, I guess. I'm like, I got my cup. All right. It's got like 21 flavors. I'm going to each one right now.
Yep. You're at the yogurt machine sampling each flavor one at a time.
Yeah.
And then going back and be like, I need to double check. Is this really the chocolate?
I think the only game I really went hard on was Animal Crossing. And I think I really burnt myself out because I just played for like 500 hours straight, I swear.
Understandable. That game can suck you in. And then you feel like you got to check in.
And then I was arguing about my villagers. And then I was just like, I need to step back.
How many people do you think are out there that put 500 hours into Pokemon but haven't mowed their lawn in like 2 years? And not Pokemon, into
Animal Crossing. Who like remodel everything, but they don't have our house is still in boxes. Me. It's me.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's a lot more work.
Like playing The Sims. Oh, you can't just play an hour of The Sims. It has to be like a binge.
Yeah.
A 6-hour binge.
It's an experience. Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started with Vampire Survivor.
Oh, man. I had to delete that game off my Steam Deck. I had to because I kept picking it up and I just like lose 3 hours. Like they're just gone. Like
Vampire Survivor and Disney Dreamlight Valley, I've retired temporarily from because I cannot get anything done when those games are open.
What do we have coming out soon? I know Dead Space is coming out.
What's you playing?
for January, I guess is what I'm saying.
There's Forspoken's coming out.
Yeah,
Dead Space.
We talked about that. Yeah, Dead Space
Dead
remake.
Space remake is very, very soon.
Yeah,
Monster
I'm curious
Hunter
about
Rise.
that.
Monster Hunter Rise is coming to consoles. I think the unfortunate thing about Rise is that like a lot of people that got into Monster Hunter World, it was their first Monster Hunter. And because Rise is again a Switch game, a lot of the worlds are not as big, they're not as full, they're not as vibrant, they're not as alive. So I think a lot of people end up missing that going from Monster Hunter World to Rise because they're like, there's not much I want to go explore this area, which World was packed with that. Like it was just fun to run around and
I bounced off Rise really quick.
That's why we need better hardware in the Switch.
That's why you play Wild Hearts because Wild Hearts is probably closer to World than maybe Rise is.
Has there been any news on World 2?
No, not yet.
No.
Do you think there will be a sequel to it? Maybe because Monster Hunter is so big.
It is way too popular for them not.
There's definitely going to be like a console release instead of their like handheld release.
Yeah, not console. Switch isn't considered that. Yeah.
Without Eric's here, though, we won't like get the minute by minute updates.
I know.
On the newest Monster Hunter.
Our up to date Monster Hunter info.
Maybe we can email him before every show. Get our Monster Hunter minute.
There is an indie game coming out by one person called Stencil. You will never be able to find it. You won't guess how it's spelled.
Can you spell it out real quick?
ESTENCEL. But that's coming out January 19th, so it's very soon. It's made by one dude. and it's like a dark fantasy action. You're an assassin, a monster killing assassin guy. And it's a 3D game. So anytime there's like an indie 3D game made, I'm like, I'll give it a go. Because making 3D games is a lot.
Yeah,
especially by yourself. So yeah, if it's they also have co-op. They have split screen co-op in this game too. So I was like,
it looks like very Bloodborne.
It does. Yeah. It's definitely got Bloodborne.
Did you play the demo?
I haven't played the demo. You can play it right now.
Yeah.
So I might check out the demo before release. But yeah, I'm always wanting to give these games a try because it is hard to make this kind of game. So if it's if it's like pretty decent, I'll be like, good job.
Just that the demo or the gameplay on the demo video looks surprisingly good. Knowing that's one person, I'm like, wow, impressive.
I know, right? I'm saying. Crazy.
Yeah.
Story of Seasons is coming, which is Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon.
I don't know why they didn't keep the Harvest Moon name. Harvest Moon is such a great name, IP name, but that's next week.
Okay.
Confusing to me. The moon is barren. What are you going to harvest on the moon?
Blood moon.
You harvest
moon,
under the moon, completely naked with all the animals.
More interesting.
Cool.
I think that's really it for January that I have my eye on anyway.
And we got nothing coming out in February. What's coming out in March?
Zero.
February. Long Fallen Dynasty's coming out in March.
Oh, Fatal Frame, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They're remaking the Fatal Frame game, which if you want to play a really spooky Korean horror game, there you go.
Fatal Frame.
Enjoy. It's so scary.
Cool. All right. Well, with some stuff. I think that's the episode.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I can talk about Nine Souls next week when I finish the playtest.
Awesome. And is there any talk about when it's
When's
going
that
to get
game
released?
coming out? Did it be announced?
It just says coming soon. I could probably find maybe some more information in their Discord where they talk about stuff. But yeah, currently it just says coming soon.
Coming soon, yeah. That's basically my indie highly anticipated game of the year. I want to play that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does
I
come
kind
out
of
this
want to
year.
play the demo again just to get another taste of it.
It's so good. Dripping with style.
Incredible. And these are the people they're Red Candle games. So they made Detention, which I played, which was a really great horror game. And then these are the guys from Taiwan who everyone pulled their game off of the store because they had a picture of Winnie the Pooh in their horror game. So, you got to lick China's asshole. So you got to pull any games that make fun of China.
Any reference of Winnie the Pooh could be construed.
I love the name, the Red Candle name for a studio.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love what they're doing with Nine Souls. It's very, very cool.
Awesome. All right. Well, looking forward to hearing more of that. That is the episode then. This week, Mav, what do you got going on?
It's lots of games, obviously, but it's kind of a low key.
You got to check in with all the games, yeah.
I got to check in, so I'll probably be live in the afternoons a little bit, and probably starting to post in February for the Final Fantasy channel. So
awesome!
You like Final Fantasy? I have stuff.
Very cool.
You like Final Fantasy?
Watts, how about you?
So today, Monday, for listeners, if you're listening, it's too late. But Monday, I'm gonna be playing the rest of Nine Souls to finish up the playtest, and then I'll be back to Strangers of Paradise. So I want to just play that game until it's over.
When's your 8-hour Destiny PvP stream happening?
Well, I did 6 hours on Friday.
Oh, 6 hours? Oh, okay.
So, hey, I learned if you're having even a smidge of fun in Crucible, you don't stop. Do not
That's
put
true.
it down, because it might be 2 months till you have fun again.
That's true. You could be on a streak. Don't drop it.
Just like, is kind of fun? I'm not leaving. We're gonna play this.
just roll with it. Yeah.
You never know when it's gonna happen again.
Briar, how about you? Anything wild?
I'm currently working on the grand list of shoot 'em up games.
I was gonna say I need the top 3 to download.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm working on that.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. All right. That's the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out. Shout out to our Patreon members and our Twitch subs for supporting the shows on the feed. And we'll see you soon for another episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.